Hello Twin Flames, this is me Victoria, and today I'm gonna be doing a quick check-in on Divine Masculine and what's going on with them. This is like a special mini read, and I'm gonna be using my new deck, the Souls on Fire from the Soulful Revolution. So we're gonna take a look at what's going on with Divine Masculines in their 5D plane, what kind of lessons they're learning, what kind of work they're going through, and also what's going on in their 3D life. And then I'm gonna pull a few Hermit Tarot cards to see what they would like to say to Divine Feminines if they could about the connection right now. Okay, let's get started. So I pre-shuffled. I'm just gonna pull a few cards about their 5D space first. What's going on with their 5D life? What kind of inner work is happening for them, even on the subconscious level. All right. So we've got the Hierophant and the Empress in reverse. Okay, so I'm getting here that there are the two main themes are to find the inner discernment and to kind of like go beyond the traditions, the cultures, the religion, the what is accepted in the society sort of question, and find personal connection with the higher power, with the divine, to know what's actually going on and how to make choices in their life. And the second was the Empress in reverse. I'm getting that again. This is we're talking about inner work, so this is going within and finding the Empress in them. So right now they're not focusing as much about relationship with somebody else, i.e. the Empress, the Divine Feminine, but more about doing the work around self-love and understanding their own power, what they can do. So we know one of the common themes Divine Masculines are going through is feeling not good enough or not powerful enough. And these themes are of course connected, because once you find this inner voice, inner discernment, that what other people are saying or what is accepted or what others would do in this case is not always the right answer. And then when they, in order to find those answers within, they need to find that inner power, to feel powerful, that they actually can rely on themselves and not on the outside world. Okay, let's take a look at the 3D life, what's going on there. Immediately I got the cards jumping out. So we've got the Hangman and Knight of Wands. Yeah, so there is a big interest towards the connection towards the Divine Feminine. There is this urge to move forward, to get to know each other. There's certain sexual drive here as well. But what I'm getting is that Divine Masculines also recognizing this is different from how they currently feel when they feel attracted to the feminine energy and what that relationship is usually like the whole, like that dating dance and how that unfolds, that this is very different. And they are trying to see it for what it is. Actually, they are seeing it as something different, and now they're exploring and trying to understand what it means, including topics like, this person is so similar to me, we're great friends, but I'm also feeling a huge physical pull towards them, and that usually doesn't happen with me. Or this person is so great on so many levels, so spiritual, but I also feel that again, like kind of like physical sexual drive to them. And how that all combines in one person, or how am I interested in them on so many different levels. And of course always things like, how do they bring out the best in me, help me be better or inspire me in such an interesting way. How come, we are great together and we click just like that on so many different, depending on where you are in the relationship, of course, but you know what I mean. So they're recognizing those kind of patterns and trying, so these are like some of the steps that taken in their mind to understand what it means. Is, of course, the vast majority of them don't know about twin flames, even if they've heard about it, until they figure it out and they find that explanation, that inner discernment, until they connected the dots on their own, it's not gonna mean a lot to them. They need to get to that conclusion themselves of how powerful it is, and that will relate to how their lives will change eventually. Okay, so the Hermit cards for what they would like to tell Divine Feminines today. Okay, I've got Ron. Anything else from the DM Collective, please? What would you like DFs to know today? Okay. All right. Okay. I've got one right here. You're right. Whatever you were thinking, this is a confirmation. Yeah, now, like it's, to me, these two cards and one kind of like together with the other is you're still right, that stands, but they're not very happy about that. Like sometimes the other person is right, but you're like, yeah, you're right, actually. Like maybe you pointed out something or showed them something that they don't like, either about themselves or the situation in general. So it's like that bitter truth that they are accepting, like, yes, that's the truth, but they're not particularly happy about that, either about how they behaved or just the situation in general. I want a fresh start with you. What do you want? And I'm open to compromise. Yeah, so you see this clear drive to start fresh, and especially with this Knight of Wands, I'm getting that they're feeling that pull strongly today towards you, and they would like to have at least a fresh cycle, right? A fresh beginning. So it doesn't necessarily mean immediately, committed relationship, love relationship, but at least looks like there were some conflicts or something that where they have better understanding now of what's going on or how much you're impacting their life. And they would like to honor that and to appreciate that in your relationship. And they're asking, what do you want? I'm open to compromise. So they're now understanding that that's a normal thing to do, and it's okay to, to compromise and to find some common ground in those places where maybe you had a little bit of conflict or disruption. And of course, that's also a very natural part of the journey. But of course, for DMs, it looks more straightforward, more flat, and it's more subconscious. That's why they're seeing this past differently than how we see it and how we feel it. So yeah, it looks like they're open to hear what you want to tell them, how you see this moving on. So make sure you're clear about what you're expecting. And I don't mean like expecting like exact steps, right? But at least at this point, what will work for you, and be realistic, right? And understand, where they are at and what you're expecting, that those things kind of match. But at least they're open to hear how you see this going forward, and how would you like to communicate to make it productive, fruitful, and joyful for both of you. I hope this has been good for you. Thank you very much for staying with me today, guys, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye.